Welcome to another video from Dr. Locke. What we have on the bench is a Whitco Tasman Mark II, part number W892119. Just going to do a quick unboxing of this lock itself, show you what's in it, show you the finish. The finish is Primrose. This is the Mark II for the hinge security screen door locks. The dimensions are on the side here. A lot of the time you'll find out it's reasonably quite uniform with a lot of different brands. They're generally about the same. So the actual cutout here is about 160, the rectangle on the edge of the door, and then you've got a couple of holes for your handles and a couple of holes for the lock to go through, like so. Now when you buy them off us, they don't come with a cylinder. Nowhere sells it with a cylinder. That's always separate for a cylinder, except for Bunnings. I think you can buy them there with a cylinder. In the box right here we have our stainless steel striker plate, single point locking. We have our spindle and we have our turn snib. I'll show you where those parts go. So you have your handles right here, take them out. You have your screw pack right here, I'll explain in a moment. You have your lock body. Now one of the things with the Whitco Tasmans is they all come with a black lock body. So the edge of the door will be black, but you won't see it when the door's closed. That's just the way they come. Comes with some instructions, a warranty card there as well, and comes with another handle. That's the box out of the way. Unboxing part of the video is done. Alright, so here's your handle right here, and as you'll notice, a little bit different from the earlier versions. To hand these, you just simply turn it in the direction you want. So that's handed then for that way, turn it this way, and it's handed for that way. Same on the outside as well, just turn it whichever direction you feel is appropriate for your door. Now with this lock here, it goes like so. So these two triangle bits will be at the top of your door, not like this, it'll go like this. As you can see, this big tongue is extended, the little tongue is where it normally sits, but the bigger tongue is popped all the way out. Now the spindle is this square drive section right here, which goes through this funny looking square about here. The handles themselves have a tower on this side and a tower on that side. They marry up just like so. As you can see them coming through there. Then you would put your square drive through there. Now this little turn snip part here, I'll take it out to show you because a lot of people get this wrong and it ends up falling out after a few years. So what you do is you get your snip like so. There's two little wings on it. I like to just put it in at the 9 o'clock position and then rotate it to the 12 o'clock position. At which stage I will then marry it up with the lock and it'll sit in whichever position it wants. Now it's back to 11, and when I want to use it, it will... Oh, we're actually key locked. That's why it won't work. So I'll just move this down like so. So what I did there was I used a screwdriver, and there's a little lunk here. You can see you can push it in from locked to unlocked. You see that? Locked, unlocked. That's what your cylinder would normally be doing, your cylinder here, but because I don't have a cylinder on the bench, I just do it with a screwdriver. So I'll line up my snib now. Now when I turn my snib, I can feel it locking and unlocking the lock itself. And if you look here, you'll see that this little part here jumps. Sorry, no it doesn't. Different lock. So that basically locks and unlocks. Now with the snib, it is a half lock. So if you lock it on the inside, let's say you're at home and you've locked it, and then your partner comes home at the end of the day and they use their key to unlock it, the key will override it. So think of the snib as like a half lock. It'll keep the handles locked, but the key cylinder will actually override it. So you're not locking somebody out who's coming through. All right, as you can see, the handles are handed the wrong way. It would normally look like this. Okay. All right, so that's some of the easy bits. Let's go over the screws. Now you've got two metal threaded screws that have a Phillips head there for your handles. You have two long wood screws. Okay, those ones are for the striker plate, this part here. Then you have two little tiny wood screws. That is for your lock body. One at the top, one at the bottom. Wood screws going into aluminium. Leaving you with one other metal threaded screw about 30 mil long. That is for the middle, that is for your cylinder. So to start off with, you would put this into your door, like so. You would come along with your two small little tiny screws, put one at the top, put one at the bottom, and then you would come along with your cylinder. You would put that into the lock body itself, like so. You would then get your, also make sure the tongue is out. You would then get your cylinder screw, put that in, get your key, test it, lock, unlock, make sure it's doing that. If it's not doing that, take your cylinder out, flip it around, like so, put your screw in, and then test it, lock and unlock. If it's not doing that, remove the cylinder, make sure it's in the right position here, and also make sure that there's nothing at the back of it. This little hole right here is for the 3-point locking. There's a black plastic part that slides over that. That's a Whitco 3-point locking, so not compatible with other Austral, Lockwood and things like that. If it's a Whitco 3-point locking where it has this big nipple at the back, it needs to be that for it to be compatible. If that is the case, line up the nipple with the plastic inside your door, right, like so, and make sure that is in the right spot. Then come through to your screws, then come through with your cylinder, put your cylinder screw in, test it with a key. If you're testing it with a key and it's going click, click, and it's all working, you're on the right track. If you're not on the right track, double check that your latch is all the way out extended, like so, because if it's not and it's like this, it won't lock and unlock. So, like that when you're fitting it. Alright, the next thing is fit it with the door open. Okay, come along with your handle like so, on one side, holding it all together, making sure your snib is not going to fall out in the open position. Come along with your spindle, pop that through, make sure it goes all the way through into the second handle. The cylinder is sliding away from me there. Just hold it out there. Handle now, hand it to the right direction like so. Lining up the spindle, the cylinder and all that sort of stuff. And then come along on the inside and use those silver screws. So there's, in colour, they're the more chrome looking screws. One there, one there. Test it a few times with the door open. Remember when you're testing it to have this pushed down on the latch all the way out. Test it a few times. If it works good, test it in the door frame and you should be good to go. That's pretty much the Whitco MK2 Tasman in Primrose. You see the colour, that's what it is, that's how easy it is to fit. If you find that it's not going into the door properly, check out your cutout to make sure that this lock body has enough room. Okay, that's one of the problems I've found. Make sure this is going all the way in and this tabs are sitting flush with the door. These should be flush, not mounted high, flush. What I mean by flush is this bench is flush, you know, so you don't want it raised. You don't want this lock body raised. Also lining up your 3-point locking, make sure it's not dropping in that hole. That's another common fault. Not having latch out is another common fault. When you go to lock it in the door frame, if you find that it's not locking properly, check that there's enough room behind your striker plate. This one here, check that it's all the meat behind it has been removed. That's a very, very common problem where what's happening is the latch is not going all the way out and not extending all the way. You can see this by this, how would you say, ripple type section, and then there's a smooth section again. If you look through the gap and you don't see that smooth section, you know your bolt is not projecting far enough. So that would be your cause. Okay, these are available from drlock.com.au. If you have any questions, just leave a little comment down below or go onto our website to purchase. The link is in the description below. Remember, the cylinder is an optional extra. You'll find that in related products down below. And once again, thanks for watching.